right, man. Canelo Alvarez is going around saying that Terence Crawford only got one great win. Now he going back to TMZ Sports, demoting Terence Crawford and doing what Errol Spence fans was doing. Oh, he only did this, he only did that. Like, if you think about it, Canelo ain't got one clear big victory. All his victories been a product of controversy. You know, think about every fight that he fought. How long was he taking peds? Think about that for a minute. How long was Canelo on the peds? All right. How long was he on that shit? How long was he smoking that smoke? Drinking that drink. Steroiding. How long was he on that shit? So every fight that he around got controversy around it. And tell me when I'm lying. Off that rip. You know, you go through all his big fights. The Austin Trout fight with open score, and some people thought Austin Trout won that fight. Some people thought the Cotto won that fight. A lot of people thought Lara won that fight. A lot of people thought Triple G won the first two fights. Come on. So what big fight has Canelo Alvarez truly won? Come on. Come on. How many fights has Canelo Alvarez, big fights has he clearly won? It's always controversy. And that's why people prefer Terence Crawford for a long time as pound for pound over him. Think about that for a minute. Every fight Canelo Alvarez had, it was close. Think about it. Every fight that Canelo Alvarez had, it's a big fight he had is close, and it got controversy around it. Tell me when I'm lying. So for him to come out here and say, well, on Terence Crawford, like I always said, I respect Crawford, very talented fighter, but he just won one big fight. If you see his record, he's just beat one good fighter. Other than that, I don't think he's beat other great fighters. And like a lot of people don't think you beat other great fighters. Everybody think you cheated or you robbed all the great fighters. And then, the pedestrian fighters like John Ryder and Danny Jacobs, you didn't do what you were supposed to do with them. You damn near lost to Danny Jacobs. So let's not stop going here like you the undisputed king of kings in boxing. You not, bro. Let's keep a spade. Let's call a spade a spade. Like, bro, you one of the most leaky faces of boxing we ever had. Boxing has never been on worse watch by a face of boxing than it is now. Like, you destroying boxing. And one thing about it, the way you move like a pansy for one, and two, you don't be whooping nobody ass. Like you be having close debatable fights. Stop me when I'm lying. He be having close debatable fights. Come on. So, now that he a threat, now it's basically, oh, let's say he didn't fight nobody and do this. Hey, dude, if you don't want to fight him, you don't have to fight him. I don't look at you as any lesser of a man. You got, it's a lot of risk for a dude jumping up 2 weight classes and then he beat your ass and then, you a fraud. But all real boxing fans know you a fraud. That ain't nothing new. Canelo ain't shit. If Canelo was black or Canelo was from the UK or he was from Japan, Canelo probably barely will be a world champion, bro. When you start measuring him up with Nayu Inoue and talents like Terence Crawford, he can't stand with them. He's not physically as talented as them. His physical talent comes from from his looks. That's his number one, that's his number one thing is his looks. That's his number one thing is his looks. That's his number one thing is his looks. And tell me tell me when I'm lying. That's his number one thing is his looks. He look funny. He look like him. So Come on. Come on. Come on. So mix me with all that. I love when people be, sitting there try to constructively criticize people, and it's like, dude, like, come on, we can really punch holes in your argument like a mug. We can, you know. And to me, that's wild. If you don't want to fight them, just don't fight them. I hate people do that in boxing. People say an idea come up, oh, you should fight him, and then it's like, well, he ain't did this and he ain't did that, and he ain't won, or he ain't fought this guy, or he ain't really, you know, But then you look at Rocky Fielding, and who the fuck did he beat? Come on, who did he beat? Keep it a bean. Come on, what big fight did Danny Jacobs ever won other than an old ass, Peter Quillen? Come on, man. I mean, come on. Who did Mir Khan beat for real? If we talking about if some of the victories that Terence Crawford had wasn't big, who did Amir Khan beat? Come on, who did the fucking Amir Khan beat, bruh? Come on, let's call a spade a spade. So don't be talking about who you fought enough bums. Let's keep it real. You fought enough bums that you can't say nothing, bruh. And a case can be made, you ain't fought nobody on your resume is more talented than Terence Crawford, including the old Mayweather that you fought. That wasn't no prime Mayweather. Come on, let's keep it real. That wasn't no prime Mayweather. Old man beat you like you stole something. And then, what he do is, he want to fight smaller guys coming up. Then he don't even want to make it competitive and come down and wait a little bit. But he had no problem draining guys like Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. That's what I don't understand. You had no problem draining Julio. Come on. Canelo is very, he's not a dominant fighter. He's not a dominant fighter. Canelo is as manufactured as they come. Because if he was a dominant fighter, he'd be taking these guys for, how they coming. If he was a dominant fighter, though, it wouldn't be none of this, demoting, training guys and then blowing up for other guys to be more heavier than him. Matter of fact, it would have been a motherfucking rematch with Dimitri Bivol. He not built like that, bro. He know he ain't shit. And I'm gonna go ahead and say he know he not that good. If it wasn't for the red hair and the freckles and looking like an Irishman dude, guess what? This dude wouldn't even be a world champion. And yep, I said it. He wouldn't even be a world champion. You see that last, that last fight with Triple G, dude, trash. Talking about with Dimitri Bivol and shit, talking about for one for my hand injury, and hey man, shut the fuck up. What Uncle Ruck would say, like, come on. Get out of here. 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 So this is what fighters do today when they don't want to fight This is what fighters do today when they don't want to fight, opponents. Oh, they start, ripping their opponents, demoting potential opponents, and all that type of stuff, right? And that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Do that. But then again, we're gonna go through your resume and see all the guys that you gave a pass to. All the guys that resumes that look similar or less than him. So let's not act like you living you living in a brick house, dude. You live in a glass house, cuzzo. You live in a glass house. So let's not act like you live in a brick house. Come on, let's not act like you live in a brick house. Real spill. That's hilarious to me. But that's just the type of person Canelo is. Everything in boxing was handed to him because he got a distinct look. So I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is, bro. Just say you don't want to fight, dog, and I wouldn't be mad at him. Just say you don't want to fight him. Just say I don't want to fight him. It wouldn't nobody look. I wouldn't even be mad at him. But let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live or drop video financially. Want to support the channel? Cash App $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. But yeah, check out the Box News playlist. Peace.